We know things about Pokemon. I just need to get my shit together because I haven't thought about these Pokemon in a decade. The boy, accompanied by his Zygarde cell. Was he also brought here because Lumiose requires him?
Okay, to be fair, Imbor, it wasn't a lot, but Imbor had an okay-ish competitive niche in some newer games because it the next day because it had Heat Crash. It invented Heat Crash. That was Imbor's signature move originally.
Okay, Heat Crash is good, but what
its
really?
Its hit ability is Reckless.
There you go.
So big, choice-banded Reckless Flare Blitz does all the damage.
Yes.
You send them to the next zip code.
Yes.
I just like the weight damage because I like the consistency.
Weight damage is consistent, but sending...
Who needs consistency when they're dead? And to be fair, and I think this might have been another thing Imbor got more recently, because it is fire fighting, you could do the combination of Reckless Flare Blitz and Drain Punch to get your health back.
Morning. This area is pretty hectic, huh? No, that's the claim to fame Imbor uses as a niche. It is slow-ish, meaning it can be okay in Trick Room, and you just... Reckless Flare Blitz until your problems go away.
And I say I generally prefer consistency because I do. I will admit there is that part of me that does want them to give Barraskewda a Wave Crash and just watch the damage.
ZA Royale, it's a big Pokemon battle tournament. It's taking Lumio City by storm. I'm competing too, actually. Trying to become the strongest trainer around so I can help protect Lumio. So actually what I wanted your help with. Can you join the ZA Royale too, Carter? Come again? Orthon phone's buzzing, you received a message. Dear Carter, you're invited to join the ZA Royale battle tournament to determine the greatest Pokemon trainers in Lumiose. Anyone who attains the highest rank A will earn the right to call himself one of Lumio's strongest trainers and be granted a wish as long as it's in the power to fulfill. Please open the attached file to install ZA app on your device. ZA Royale stuff. Huh. Invite, great timing. Figured they'd invite you since you helped the honor when you weren't even signed up.
What's that demon summoning program below it? Ignore that one.
For now. Damn it. Simon says. No, ignore that. For now. Like. That damn it. Infers some things, but Simon says. Can't fucking breathe. At all.
Because the original, like, a Digital Devil story, a novel, the main character is emailed a demon summoning program from Loki.
Yes. Okay.
Part of the reason I point that out, remember, this was from the 80s. I forget. Oh, wait. Email technically did exist back then. I always think the internet was, like, invented in the 90s. But no, it was super late 80s.
Yes. It was super late, primitive 80s. I'm about to continue, damn sinuses. Also got the message out of the blue after I did some battling here.
For real?
Everything else is wild. Bigwigs around here really want to find crop of strong trainers. See Rose on phone and set up the app. Put my contact in there. There's an install button for a while. Installing. See Royale app and successfully installed. But are you? Can't force you, but I'm kind of begging here. Please join me and the rest of Team MZ to try and win the ZA Royale. Got the makings of a real good trainer. Alright.
Alright, if we're Team MZ, that would make us TMZ.
That means it's on. Welcome to Team MZ.
Oh boy, time to harass people on the street for views.
Just as God intended. Get you signed up. TMZ. Look at your profile picture. Official proof.
I'm going to keep calling it TMZ to be funny.
Yes. No way you can battle carrying a huge travel bag. That won't get in your way.
I call it Titanic Monarch is abbreviated
To TMZ.
because it's
Titanic Monarch zone.
Uh-huh.
Ah yeah, ugly ass jacket.
It's like, because we now have Rotom is just in, like, every device. If you threw a Pokeball at a phone, would it catch the Rotom inside?
That's not how that works, I think. Just play the misses, Pop. Don't ask questions. You're not prepared to get...
You say that's not how it works, I think. Except you technically can, like... Now, this is a result of game mechanics because it's... I was gonna say this is a result of game mechanics, but no, Sword and Shield let you finally just catch the Rotom forms, no form transfer bullshit. I can just go catch a microwave.
It's a wild microwave. That's different.
Uh-huh.
It's a wild Rotom appliance.
Mm-hmm.
Now, joking aside, like, I've always just... Them doing that, to me, feels more gamey, so that we don't have to do flippy-floppy bullshit.
Because changing Rotom's form initially was a massive pain in the dick. Like I said, I'm sure
Okay, to be fair, Rotom's form change has become easier every generation.
That's why I pointed out the Sword and Shield just cut the bullshit. You can just go catch the microwave.
Okay, alright. Adjusting my hands. Sweating. So much sweating.
And with them doing the Rotom form thing, I'm amazed they haven't introduced more forms.
Forms, yes. Okay, good enough.
Like,
Hey, when my hands get sweaty.
at least a few others, like maybe
Claim victory.
at least a few others, like maybe a ground
So,
form
City at
that's a drill or a jackhammer and its move is Earthquake. Because you could be funny with an idea like that.
Teach you everything you need to know. At least they've made getting the forms easier over the years.
Yeah. But then again, if they're going to be funny with ideas like that, the fridge should have...
Put a small asterisk on that for Scarlet and Violet, but it is what it is.
How do you get the forms in Scarlet and Violet? I genuinely don't remember.
It's mixed into the auction, but you need a Rotom to get the auction item to show up.
But when you went with, like, every auction item, you were fairly consistent about a bunch of shit showing up. So
No, they all showed up! You just need it in your boxes. The problem is the more auction Pokemon you have, the more random it becomes.
My
but
point
then
is, if you went with just a
Rotom, that would technically force it, yes. How to roll. While Pokemon's attacking you, you can dodge. Group? Oh yeah. Could you turn it down like 2 notches? Can't just shush him, AZ. I'll tell him a little. It would be unseemly for me to shout and scold, especially since I've been enjoying their antics.
Scald. I missed that move.
He said scald, not scald.
I know.
Tony's teasing.
I know.
New member.
I know it was technically spelled different. I was just making a joke because of how similar.
Complain about me being loud, Linda. There, sorry. He's the new member. Meet Carter.
The new porcupine on
the block with the buff chest. Out in the wilderness with the ruggedness. Nice to meet you. I'm Linda. I'm a dancer and I came to Lumios chasing my dream of going pro. Plus my big brother. Can tell the whole story later. Right now, gotta get our newbie up to speed.
Wait, dancer? And she gonna be related to
I think that was a thing, yes.
How far in the future is this?
I believe, to be funny, it is like 10 years.
Huh.
I'm pretty sure they set this 10 years after X and Y.
Even though the actual technical amount of time would be like 12 years.
You know what I mean. I think it's been around like a decade.
Huh.
I think.
So I wonder if we will actually...
Speed of dash. Dive and roll.
So I wonder if we'll actually see, like...
Oh, shit, son! Oh, wait.
What?
Oh, that is the best thing.
What? What's run?
No, when you hit the button, I don't have to hold it.
Mm.
No, hold on. Yeah, that's consistent. If I stop moving, he stops running. And if I hit the button, he runs. If I hit it, I can cut it off, and there's the roll button. No, once the run is on, I can disable it, but I don't have to hold it. I just don't like holding buttons on controllers when
because,
you're
like, if...
Booyah.
Because, again, I actually have had a fairly consistent sort of blackout of information for this.
Curse you!
Hey, don't wander off.
Yeah, well, one, I can't go over there, and two, there's crystals on it.
Because I was going to, like, because, again, this is actually,
You're on.
like, this is one of those, it is actually genuinely mostly blind. I've, like, barely seen...
I was trying to be mostly blind.
No, my point is I was going to question how far in the future this was, because I was going to question... I was going to question, I wonder if we would...
Okay, now you see, this I know for a fucking fact is water weak. Okay, yeah.
That did like half its health.
What?
The water gun did almost half its health.
Tackle, because I got a minute, water gun, and that's just... Bye, bitch! Blah. Well, I didn't think you'd knock out Tepig, but we're not done just yet. Yeah, they're teaching about...
And then they teach you about types.
Super effective, deals more damage.
I know, like...
Okay, except now, I would take...
Except because you haven't had the ability to get other Pokemon, it's probably not going to use a single... Yeah, it's just tackle, it's not going to use a single grass move, so...
Water gun to show resist damage. Yep, that's resisted.
Well, this game would change the way things work. Water gun in the regular games didn't have any secondary effects.
Hold on, the more... No, it doesn't, Garzon. Come on. Come on. Yes. Lowering defense with Leer means tackle is collectively doing more damage because water is resisted.
Right, it was the time skip, the thing I was going to question. It would be interesting to potentially see characters
Make an
from...
amazing trainer.
To see characters from, like, X and Y, see them as adults, because that would be the first time they've done that, other than Red and Blue in Alola.
The fact you forgot about the other characters in Alola that were from this game is fucking killing me.
No, I didn't forget about them. I specified seeing them as adults. The other characters, unless one of them was supposed to be a teenager, I completely forgot about. I thought
there were two adults that you completely didn't mention.
Who were
the
they?
professor's assistants.
Oh yeah, yeah, I did forget.
Dexio and what's her name? They start the Zygarde quest.
Oh yeah.
Those are the two kids that were running around in X and Y.
Oh yeah.
They were adults too.
Which was that the one, like, dancing kid? If there's a line in X and Y about him having a younger sister, even if she was never shown, it's like, wow, they were thorough.
Playing for weird trainers. Growth on fault. Map.
That is something that would be super interesting to see, that they've,
Open
like...
the mission list. Supposed to do tabs.
Again, other than Red and Blue, that's something that would be super interesting to see that
lost.
they've never done. They have never had the, basically, player characters appear in later games, and that's something I kind of want them to do.
That's the key point. Availability. They are in the game. The game accepts them. I can then use them in a Wi-Fi battle. You can't do that in Brilliant Diamond and Shiny Bird. That's the stink people do. Is that the remakes regressed because everything beyond Gen 4 doesn't exist. And people wanted everything beyond Gen 4. But people also wanted it in 3D. Which is also hilarious because you're the people who bitched about the Sword and Shield 3D. And yet you wanted a full 3D Gen 4 because you wanted to see your favorite areas in 3D in an engine you hated. And again, establishing rules here. Curzon's footage, I'm going to truncate in and out of. Show important battles, certain cutscenes. And I'm going to combine everything because, while I like the alternate stuff, I don't want to literally waste time with, oh, I'm doing my footage and then we're doing Curzon's footage and then it's hours of me, hours of Curzon.
Dude.
I can just literally truncate Curzon's nonsense. Here's the team Curzon wanted. Oh, here's important battles. We're done. And that's just better. That way, I can show differences as needed, but it lets me just make Curzon's playthrough the alternate one of just the important stuff. Like I did with... Now, it was me playing both games, but I mixed Brilliant Diamond and Shining Pearl into one Omni Let's Play. And the way I did that is I picked alternate teams in the other game, and I would literally just cut to important, like, oh, here's the Pokemon I want. Let's truncate around until we find it. Oh boy, this is the team member. Oh, here's the gym, guys. Let's show the gym battle. Here's the alternate gym. Let's show the gym battle. Crap like that. Which lets Curzon do his own stuff, but I want to cut out most of this. And that's fine. And I think that's a better structure. And when Curzon does alternate stuff, I will cut around and show it. And we'll start sort of diverging, much like in the first game, where I would sometimes do some stuff in a slightly different way. Alternate team, alternate battles, because I like different approaches, especially when one of us is trying to do something and the other one does completely different nonsense. So, I will basically, like I said, cut around, remove some of the walking, so not all of this commentary will be used. It will be just important stuff, but that still, in my mind, is fine. That just makes Curzon's footage, like, important, because people are mostly here for, like, the key battles and some team building, so that lets us show a range of stuff. And I don't think anyone is going to generally be against the combined structure. It lets us share a Let's Play. And I like doing that because that shows a wider range.
Other people have done that in other...
What?
Other people have done that shit in other Pokemon games where they will basically cut, like, in important battles, they will cut to a, like, B footage.
Yes. Because you can basically play two games or two versions of a game. But this lets you do something.
Ooh, this is going to be big boy hurdy.
As explained, grass beats water, so with a defense lowering, a physical grass move should do. Yeah.
I said this is going to be big boy hurdy.
Yes. Because they're trying to teach you something, because the next Pokemon is resisted. Because the whole point, and we talked about that, yeah, and then they mentioned the typing. But I already said it. Fire resists grass, so grass does less damage.
Funny thing is, because of the stab and stuff and the lowering stats, because of the stab and the lowering stats, they're honestly doing about the same.
About the same! Because it's a resistance, but you're dealing more damage versus a normal move dealing normal damage without the added bonus. And if you keep tail whipping, lowering defense, you're just going to hit harder. Such as the nature of stab and the nature of...
Except I noticed I have to go look into it. Paying attention to the little stat drop things, it seems like what this game does. I think it does the same thing the original Legends did, where it seems like stage boosts don't exist. It's just like a one stage boost, and using the move again just seems to refresh it.
I wanted to look into that too.
Because I noticed it started flashing, I used the tail whip, and it appeared, so I think it's doing the same thing Legends did, where stat boosts aren't as...
It's time for the question of the day and my overall thoughts on the topic. So, you know what is your opinion on the battle system? I thought I would ask that now, because I basically think this battle system is infinitely better than the battle system from the first Legends game, because Legends Arceus is stupid. That game is trying its damnedest to be Final Fantasy X, and I feel like a Pokemon game should not be Final Fantasy X. And for reasons that I basically think are incredibly valid, I think that system falls apart and does not work as intended at all without a tedious amount of grinding. But I'm not going to sit here and rail on the Pokemon Legends Arceus battle system, other than a quick few key points, because strong and agile style do not work as intended at all, because the game over relies on needing to increase your grit level in the later battles. So, strong and agile style basically do not work as intended, because the point is supposed to be agile style means you gain a movement advantage, letting you move in the battle faster than intended. Strong style is supposed to be you deal more damage, but you lose movement. But agile style is weaker. So, you basically rarely have a scenario where decreased damage for a movement advantage is worth a damn, especially because if you're fast enough, you can spam strong style and absolutely fuck your opponents over, because that game has a continuous battle where you can basically lose a Pokemon and throw out your next Pokemon in the middle of your opponent getting a turn. So, as long as your opponent is faster, they can spam Agile Style and effectively gain an advantage for getting a KO. So, the battle system snowballs because you do not have any way to effectively deal with that. Whereas this game, you can basically call a Pokemon back in the main game at any time, and you have a minute of delay when you defeat a Pokemon to change to a different Pokemon, and it's far easier to swap stuff in and out versus the Massacre Simulator that is the first game. And this is basically why the in-game fights in Legends Arceus are fucking stupid. Because the game will spam strong style and effectively get no penalty because you get punished for losing, giving your opponent an advantage, and then they can use that advantage to punish you more, and you can basically lose an entire team to your opponent. Strong style, kill, strong style, kill, strong style, kill, strong style, kill. The speed turns mean fuck and all, but anyway, like I said, I didn't want to ramble. And the grit system is cool on paper, but in the game, it's obnoxious. This will be my final little rant. In Legends Arceus, you have a grit level, and if you increase the grit level, it increases your stats. So, you basically need these rocks that add to the grit level. Higher level grit rocks increase the level more. You can't use low level rocks to increase the higher levels, but the only way to get higher level rocks is to beat alpha Pokemon or catch and release hundreds of Pokemon at once, and the game rewards you for mass releasing. So you need to sit there and grind in order to get enough of those rocks to level up your stats enough to make the game fucking function, because your level does not matter if your grit level is low enough, and the most infamous fights in the game have a high enough grit level where most people do not grind nearly enough to overcome the sheer metric of fuck you stats, so the game can effectively break the battle system. Now, with that said, if you grind your ass off, you can technically do the same. And that basically makes the first game favor strong, damage-dealing nonsense that's fast, because bulky Pokemon get generally less movement as it is. And there's almost no point in using a defensive thing when most Pokemon can just be beat into the ground by just spamming strong style, as long as you're fast enough to effectively give a middle finger to the penalty of doing that. But I need to end my rant. You can leave your thoughts, opinions, and answers in the comments, or you can leave them on social media. All of my social media links, as well as my Discord links, are in the video description. Now, as always, I need to be a shill for a minute. If you subscribe to the channel, and if you follow me on social media, that really helps our communities grow. But anyway, I hope you all enjoyed the video, and I hope I will see you all next time. So as always, good morning, good afternoon, good evening, and good night to everybody. I hope you come back someday. See you later.